in the wilderness. So they normally pass here because we have our water pipes that pass here, so they can smell the water, but they can't get access to it. So what we are doing is just leaving some bit of water in this bucket. We want to see if they'll drink it. If they drink it, we'll start putting more troughs tomorrow for them to drink as we plan ahead, see how we can be able to provide water for them. Right now, the place is dry. The animals are thirsty and dying, and we're trying our best just to try to give them water. All right, Mika. All right. So I think put it right on the other side so that put it on the other side so that they can be able to get the water. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. All right. Let's go home and do homework.
Well, a very good morning to you. It's an early Tuesday morning and a happy new month. I'm so excited. It's a new month.
It's a new month, people. Happy new month. The year has really gone so quick.
Yeah.
It has really flown by. I can't keep track.
Oh, it's a new month.
How are you feeling?
It's a good feeling, by the way. A new month. Just 2 months to next year. Wow.
And it was
Great,
just yesterday, we were celebrating New Year. And
Imagine, just the other day it was
things
January.
have flown. There's so much happening around that we didn't even realize. Like, I woke up and I was listening to the radio and they were like, Happy New Month, it's November. And I was like, really?
Yeah, you ask yourself, when is
just in
today?
November. Eh?
Just the other day it was January. I'm even asking myself, the months have really flown by. What happened? Like the other day was just April, today is November. Aye, man.
Yes, so it's a brand new day, a brand new month, and so much to talk about, so much to say. It's me, your girl, Jackie Mo.
Wow, my name is Fiona Fee.
And introducing the newest
Yay!
kid on the block, drum rolls.
Oh, I'm Zippy. I'm Zipporah Moiro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karibu sana. Karibu sana,
Thank you.
Zipporah. I know you're a bit nervous, but it's okay. This is a safe space. This is a fun show, so enjoy yourself and karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
This is the Farm Girls Gang, and this is where we keep the conversation rolling and just talk about girls and farming, and we're trying to bring people like Zippy here to join us in this farming venture. We are having that project, that the campaign we are running. Talk about it.
So guys, I think this is the a millionth of times we are talking about it. And so many people have been asking question, what is it about? How do we go about it? How do I be selected? So guys, here's the thing. We've partnered with the UK Tech Hub, and we want to sponsor 12 young farmers who will come and farm with us in a farm in Namanga, a place called Ngatatowek. So we just need your presence, your time, and your dedication, because you're going to be provided for land, farm inputs, and a source of water. It's a steal, guys. It's a steal. Don't waste your time on it. Come. And we hope you will be amongst the 12 people that will be selected.
Very easy. I wanted to mention the numbers to call. I only remember 29 30 31. It's 07000. It's 7? 07?
The numbers to call, it should be on our screen.
Yeah, they're
it's
on our
right
screen.
now on our screen, guys. So take a pen, take a paper, write the number down. You can call the number for more information. You will be talking personally to me, and I will guide you guys on what you need to know.
Yes, and I think we should just start select Zippy. Yeah. We should just see when your song goes. You are the source.
And you know,
Jackie,
let me tell you
giving
something.
free. Everything is free. Like, you're being given land, you're being given inputs, you're being given water.
A source of
and
water.
once the crops are grown, you will help you market them, sell them, and put the money in your pocket. Like,
It's
everything
on
is
money.
free.
Everything is free, then you get your money.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
We just need your time,
And the
your
boss is here.
dedication.
The boss is here. You should start talking. Start talking.
Oh,
Just send
stand
yourself
like
to
by a
me.
hammer.
mtaongea nyuma ya tent.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is the Farm Girls show, and we usually come to you every morning just to talk about matters to do with women empowerment. And today we want the conversation we are having the whole of this month. As you know, COP27 is coming up from next week, from I think sometime around the 7th to the 15th. And countries all over will be meeting in Egypt at Sharm el Sheikh to talk about climate change. It's here with us. The conversation started way back, and we've been talking about climate. But then I heard Kitengela rained.
Where?
Part of Kitengela rained.
Yeah, today. Oh, yesterday night.
When Kitengela?
Yeah.
Was it rain ama tu ni rasha?
Hivyo tu kidogo, then I was like, kumenyesha.
And you remember last week we were talking to our neighbor John, and he was like, mvua itanyesha Tuesday. Unakumbuka?
Yeah, John was predicting the rains, guys, because he was just like, with the way it's so hot, I'm thinking it will rain next week. And I looked at him and I was just like, hey, this guy, how? And we realized that is the mentality of so many of us. Like, you look at the clouds and you're like, the way it's so hot, it looks like it's going to rain. So maybe benefit of doubt, it rained.
Let's pray it continues raining, because most parts of the country are now having the rains. There's the rain check, and many parts have actually received a bit of rain, not the normal rain that people usually receive, but at least it has rained.
There's hope at the end of the tunnel, because for me, I thought we will not receive rains until maybe somewhere next year.
That's what the weathermen were saying, that you will not receive rain until March.
Wow.
I don't know which gadgets they use to measure rain.
Like, let's leave it to God.
Let's leave it to God. But there's a lot that has been happening, and the conversation we want to talk about is the crippling drought situation, as the sights you usually see here in Kajiado when you walk, and animals are just lying down dead. And even from Nema's story, when she came to our studios, and she was like, whenever we come from school, we see the animals dying. And you're like, who are the real agents of change? Where should the conversation start from? Even as the leaders will be meeting in Egypt, the conversation needs to start from down here, so that wherever they'll be at, this conversation can be taken to them, and they're like, these people have talked about what they want, these are their needs, how can they be supported? What are your thoughts on that?
For me, I think, like you've said, when it comes to climate change, it needs to start from somewhere. We need to start by teaching our kids at home. If you are well versed with what climate change is, what are the causes, try and teach someone who is not. Because you realize in most parts of the country, when it hasn't rained for a while, people will say, in Swahili, people will say, "Hapa kumerogwa." Like, yeah, there's some places, there's some places, Jackie, like in Kajiado, people would say, hey, our Masai wamerogwa. Like, it hasn't rained for months. And sometimes it could be raining even heavily in Nairobi. Imagine you're coming from Nairobi, the moment unaingia Mlolongo, you realize it's dry. And you just ask yourself, Kwani, what's happening?
There's a time I was coming from town, and it had really rained. It was sometime in when was this? When we had the event in June. We had just finished setting up, and now we were coming back, and when we crossed Mombasa Road like this, GM. This side it's raining, and this side it's not raining.
Wow. It's dry, like literally dry.
It's like you crossed the border to
two different countries.
So I was like, Kwani what's not happening?
Imagine it usually happens that way, and then you ask, like, if you ask someone just randomly, hey, na huku hakunyeshi, like, you can get into Andudhi, the guys, and you ask them, huku hakunyeshi, watakwambia huku kulirogwa. Like, it never rains.
What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, the moment I get here, okay, personally, I'm from a very, not perfect, but the climate from our place, it's very cool. We have greens. Then I happened to land here. Then I was like, what? Huku mvua? I think one of you told me, huku hakunyeshangi. Then I was like, from January to December, hatutaipata rains? Then I was like, no. Then I said, I have to adapt with the changes, with the climate here. Then another day just there, I was complaining about this place. Then the other day we were there at Namanga. I just landed there. Headache. It's very hot.
From the
very
fire
hot.
to the fire.
Then there are some people who are surviving there.
Yeah.
They are adapted to the climate. Then I'm like,
You can just listen to that story, and it's what really hits my mind, because everyone is talking about climate, but you've not really experienced it. Me, actually, this year it's when I've experienced it. There are many people probably in Nairobi, just Amata at the river or Syokimau,
just somewhere.
who, when you say that there's drought, they're like, your drought ni gani?
Gani?
Mnamaanisha?
But then you're very right, Jackie, because these are the things we used to see in Inikwa news.
Hey.
When you're watching news, you hear animals are dying, but it doesn't really hit you that much because you're not close to that.
Yeah.
There's someone who is living that as his or her reality. For us, we just hear stories, we see it on the news, and you wonder, how comes animals are dying? Some of us here are wasting water, wasting resources, while somebody somewhere has not drunk water for a week.
Then what needs to be done? Like, how can people come in and help in such situations? Like, there's a time I was going home, and I saw a Maasai with his kettle, and he was actually trying to hold the cow. Like, it didn't have any strength. So, and there's someone, like you said, they're wasting the water, they're throwing away food.
They're throwing away food. That is very sad, because even for that Maasai person trying to help this animal, probably they're also thirsty, they're also tired. So it's like it's a battle between even helping yourself and surviving as a human being, or extending your help to these animals. Yeah, and I think that's how Neema comes in, because I can imagine Jackie, and guys, we'll talk about Neema until mchoke na sisi.
But at least
she's an amazing girl. She's doing great things out here, because even me at 7 years, in my wildest of dreams, I would never have thought to help animals. But Neema is doing that with the little water that they have. She's helping animals, you see. So
but probably the reason why, even me myself, it never appeared in my mind that I can actually do that, is because I was never taken to such places to see what exactly is happening. Like, I'm telling you, for sure, for real, that this drought situation Donnie may experience this year, I've never.
Imagine in your adulthood.
In my adulthood, and I'm almost hitting my 40s.
You see, guys, and like you've said something very, tutarudi kwa hiyo story ya kuhit your 40s. Guys, I know so many people are so curious. They're like, Jackie is just a little girl, like a girl. So I'm thinking, okay. So I'm thinking, if you're born and raised in Nairobi, and you're an adult now, you've decided to even visit such places, and you realize, Jackie, even in places where there's drought, there's hunger, people are dying, there are so many beautiful resorts that side.
Yeah.
So most people go to these sides when they're going to such resorts. But my friend, Ebu, go deep in the villages. Whatever you'll see, you'll come out, you'll learn to conserve the little water that you have. I mean, you'll just appreciate life in general.
And it's actually important for even parents. Myself, I was challenged by Neema's story, and I was like, even with my kids now, we need to be taking them to such places. Like,
once in a while.
When you see it in the news that animals are dying, make it your role. Take up the lead and say, probably, let me go and see for myself and find out what exactly is happening. You can imagine if today I came out from my home, you came out, all of us could be doing something to help each other. Or am I communicating?
No, you are actually just extend a helping hand, because as you're somewhere with unlimited resources, with a good source of water, there are animals which are just dying for a drop of water. So just extend a helping hand, help where you can, visit such areas, do what you can with the little that you have. Just do what you can.
What's your take on that?
Okay, personally,
You know, you are the youngest here in this room.
I was shocked and surprised, because I never expected to see such things. Like, animals are lying there dead. You know, some things, okay, I've never experienced that. So I insist on visiting some places.
Yeah.
You go and you get their experience so that you can know how you're going to help them.
So our conversation today is who is supposed to push the other person, because climate change did not just come on its own. There are things that we do to our environment, like deforestation, sand harvesting. There's a time we had an interview with Jacqueline Coyne, the CEC of Agriculture in Kajiado, and she was like, most people are harvesting sand so that when the rain falls down on the ground, you find the water is washed away because of sand harvesting. Deforestation is cutting down of trees.
Yeah.
Like who is supposed to bring this conversation out to educate people like such as Neema, such as me myself, to tell me, by the way, what you're doing is not good, it's going to harm the environment?
I think we are all supposed to have that conversation, starting from our own homes. The government is supposed to get involved a lot. Even in our schools, our students are supposed to be taught about climate change, because climate change is a conversation that goes on with very few people.
Yeah.
Some people, when you even mention climate change to them today, they will ask you, what animal is that? You know, they're not quite aware what it is. So it's the responsibility of the government to even stop deforestation, because I think the government has that kind of power to stop any form of deforestation happening, because this year we've really faced it. And it has really been, many people have faced it. I think this is the most drought that the country has ever experienced.
And it's not just in Kenya, it's
Almost
worldwide.
all over the world.
Worldwide.
So we need, the government needs to stop deforestation activities, and then as parents, as siblings, try and educate each other about climate change.
Yeah. Zippy, you're the youngest. What is your take, before I give you the older perception of who needs to be, where should the empowerment come from? Because there's a time we had an event this year here at a Farmers Media, and you were saying women should be empowered, because there's a saying that usually says that if you educate one woman,
you educate the community.
You educate the community. Do you think the empowerment about, even the talk about climate change should begin with women? Should it be the youth who are energetic? Where should these talks start from? Like she has said, the government should put the policies. But then even if the government puts the policies, there are those people who can champion these policies and bring out this conversation in a way that the public can understand and follow. You get? What's your take?
I think so. The youths, they have that the strength. They can do a lot, but it starts from you, the older ones.
Really? Like me, I don't even have the energy to walk like 1,000 kilometers. If you tell me today at let's say Ndakaine, River Ndakaine, and then we run like I don't know how many kilometers. Who, me? I can't run.
Miss me with that. I miss me with that.
Okay. Maybe Basi, let's spare you. We go to the youths.
Yeah.
Most of the youths are idle, by the way. Wanatafuta kazi.
Yeah.
But as you search for that work, jitume.
Yeah.
Like planting of trees. I remember back when I was in primary school, but I still have that tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Amango, amaya?
No, just a normal tree. There are some, I don't know whether they were companies or what, I was still young. They were coming to different schools with trees.
Yeah.
You are given 2 trees, you go and plant at your home. So unaona yangu bado iko, just one, the other one it dried up. So I think so, even some companies where they can help, they start with schools. I think so, it's the easiest way. You go give the kids, go and plant. They will plant. And that's how our trees zitarudi tu pole pole.
Very interesting. It's quite an interesting comment.
It's
I've
quite
never thought
interesting.
of that, by the way.
It's quite interesting because, Jackie, my thoughts, if we don't push the planting of trees, how will kids know the importance of it? Because when you visit schools with seedlings of trees, probably you will educate them first the importance of it before even pushing them to plant. So that while a kid is planting that tree, they know one day this tree will do something. Yeah, so I feel it's a good way of education. Yeah.
Many challenge. And you maybe I'm growing old. I usually I overthink. Like yesterday, I really overthought. I was like hearing and hearing, and then I started hearing until I heard. But this is a good conversation that we need to continue having. Probably, if you ask me, I'd say all of us need to be agents of these talks in climate. Be it the young namers, be it the young Kina ZP and the older me, Kina Noah. Everyone, we all have roles to play. Like, I've never thought of the trees. Actually, even me, I have a tree. When we were in secondary school, I studied actually in Kajiado County.
Wow.
I won't mention the name of the school. It was very dry. And when I went to the school that planted the trees, they were still young, and so we used to be given the portion. Like every evening, you need to water the trees. In the morning, you need to water the trees. And sometimes when we visit during our get-togethers, when we visit the school, we usually show the younger ones who are, you see this tree? I'm the one who used to water this tree, and who now waters it, and and the conversation goes on. And I think companies need to come out and bring out those trees, buy the seedlings, propagate those tree seedlings, and we also challenge NOAA. Our Farmers Media needs to come up with a campaign. Actually, there was a campaign we were supposed to start on fruit tree seedlings, where we were to take to schools for the 4K clubs and just encourage young people to plant fruit trees. Because as much as we are saying plant trees, we need to also teach these children the importance of these trees. You cannot plant a cypress tree and tell a kid that this cypress tree uzuri yake ni hii. But if you plant a mango or an apple tree,
there's always something to look forward to.
Something good to in it, yeah? So this is the conversation we are having today. Who are the real agents? Who can be the agents of change when it comes to climate change? Keep the conversation going on our social media handles. At a Farmers Media here on Facebook. We are also on Twitter and YouTube. We'll be sampling some of your comments, and tell us what you think. Last week, Fiona,
yes,
na Marikiti.
Where? Guys. Where? You see my expression? It's where.
You need to know. So we'll be taking a short break. Allow us to take some water, pay some bills, and we'll be back shortly with more conversation to matters to do with climate. Keep listening and watching our Farmers Media. We'll be back shortly.
Are you a farmer facing challenges in your farm? Pests, diseases, or even unsatisfactory produce? Worry no more. The solution is here. Join us every Tuesday on Diagnostic Tuesday, where we talk about various issues affecting agriculture and interacting with experts with knowledge in different sectors of agriculture to provide you with appropriate solutions, giving hope to farmers to attain better yields, to achieve financial success and development. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits. Drip irrigation is a type of micro-irrigation system, or sometimes called trickle irrigation, that has potential to save water and nutrients by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of plants, either from above the soil surface or buried below the surface from a system of small diameter plastic pipes fitted with outlets called emitters or drippers. The emitters slowly drip water into the soil at the root zone, therefore moisture levels are kept at optimum range, thus improving plant productivity. You can grow different crops using drip irrigation, be it tomatoes, spinach, skuma wiki, beetroots, celery, and many more crops will thrive using drip irrigation method. Drip irrigation is especially beneficial as it provides better plant health, less waste, reduced risk of diseases, money saving, weed control, and saves time. Drip irrigation is the most efficient water and nutrient delivery system for growing crops.
Welcome back to the Farm Girls Show, and this is where we talk about ladies and farming. Now, Zippy, have you ever done farming? Any farming?
Yes.
What kind of farming?
Back in high school, the agriculture project.
No, that is farming.
It's farming.
What did you grow?
Carrots.
In high school?
Yeah.
The agriculture?
Yeah.
Excuse me, what one upanda carrots?
Yeah, even vegetables.
Even
I assume.
onions. You just choose as a school what you want.
So you like that's your project when I didn't do agriculture. So like that's your project when you're doing exams. How does it go?
During exams.
So
the final exam. That's a
Okay.
project. It's a paper
KCSE,
series.
the one KCSE.
Yeah.
So you start planting earlier, like how many months early?
Maybe let's say the carrots will take maybe 3 months to 4 months. You do the preparations early, maybe in second term there, then you start planting. By
So
the
you're-
time you are doing the exam, you're doing harvesting.
So
Yeah.
you're graded according to how they turn out. So that needs dedication, watering, and all that.
Yeah, reading, you are supposed to go and read, like you multitask.
So like you were taken through the whole process from land preparation, pest management. So you chose carrots. How
Yeah.
long did it take to grow the carrots? Like take us through the journey of growing carrots.
You
That's an exam.
Okay. Okay, you see everything you learn from Form 1 to Form 4. So whatever you'll be doing in that land, you already learned. We just did land preparation. We left it for some time. Then you do the seed bed, what do you call this? Okay, the soil, about the soil, it have to be fine soil because the seeds, they are very small. You do the fine tilled, then you just plant. The planting process is after you raise the seed bed, you make the furrows, the small furrows, 1 meter deep and 30 centimeters apart. Then you drill your seeds, then you apply the fertilizer. Was it, I can't recall the fertilizer, but then you water the, what do you call, you water after everything. You
so
can
like
mulch.
you had the drip lines, or
Yeah.
you put the mulch and then spread the water using
Wood.
pipes.
No, we used the watering cans.
Watering cans.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then you wait for them to grow.
Uh-huh.
After that, after they have already started germinating.
When in mkulima, because
Mkulima.
from what you're giving us, you can instruct someone. You can instruct
Yeah.
someone who wants to start planting maybe carrots.
Yeah. And the reason why I asked you is because we are having a campaign where we are giving people free land, free information, farm inputs, free
a
space.
source of water.
So they can take my idea. Then you come and get your piece of land. So after they germinate, you have to remove the mulch. Then you water daily in the morning and in the evening. Then after some time, you start hardening off. Hardening off is unanyima maji maybe in the morning or in the evening. You water once. Then you have to do the weeding. Then after they have grown, maybe there is a place where you drip many of them.
Yeah.
So you have to do gapping.
This lady is a farmer.
This one is a farmer. Like, she should be amongst the people who are being
You're
given
a
land.
farmer.
Like, she should be an
When you
in-house.
were asking her, she was like, me,
I don't know anything about farming, guys.
Even when you are telling her to come and just
Tumecheza.
talk in the show, now what will I say?
What will I say? I
Nitasema
don't know
what?
anything about farming. And I think that is the mentality of so many young people. Like, when you try to introduce anything farming related, they usually like, sasa nitaanzia wapi? Like, where will I start from? Guys, this program that is ongoing, for those who will be selected, you will have the privilege of being guided. So, guys, this is your chance. Take advantage of this. Make sure you get it. It's something you'll be proud of one day. I don't know, should I also participate?
How
the
can
deal,
you
no, the
participate?
deal is already sounding so well.
She's the boss.
She's
The deal is already so. I hope maybe we get more of young people. I would like to really see how much they can tolerate, how much they can do. ZP, mobilize your generation Z.
Do you still practice farming, or after high school you just said to?
Okay. After high school, not anymore.
Myself, as a lady, when I was in high school, I was like, soil is too dirty for my hands. I can't
Wow.
do agriculture at young. I'll do business, my
Wow.
friend. Let me tell you, business is not my language. Agriculture is now everything.
And you know, Jackie, there's a quote from what you've just said. There's a quote I was reading the other day. Until life will give you everything you're afraid of until you learn to accept.
A rewind selector.
So the quote goes like, life will offer you the things you're most scared of. Like, you know, the way you've said, farming was not my thing. Like, I don't want to get dirty.
Yeah.
Now, here you are.
Yeah, I am.
Here you are. So that's just life.
Exactly. So today we are talking about issues to do with climate change, and we want to find your reactions on what you think, who should bring out this conversation about climate, and who can lead generation Akina Zipi here on talking about climate, empowering them to forge on, and who can actually stand out today and actually tell a farmer that by this thing you're doing on your farm will harm that environment. Like, as we are talking about the activities that people do to harm the environment, what activities are you aware of, apart from the ones I've mentioned? Which
Of
other
harming
activities of harming the environment?
So
Let's focus on matters agriculture. I want to educate you on one thing that farmers do without knowing. It's not that they know.
Yeah.
You just find yourself, you're doing it, and it's
Subconsciously they're
in
doing
some
it.
way you're harming the environment. Did you know the manure that when you're planting your carrots, which manure did you use?
okay, we didn't use manure, just fertilizer.
You didn't have goat manure, cow manure, or
Okay, while planting carrots, we are not supposed to use manure because the product will have, we call them fork carrots. There are some carrots zenye zinakuanga hivi kipata kwa soko.
Zile mbili.
Hivi zenye ziko forked. They used manure. You're not supposed to use manure. Only fertilizers.
So why is the nini? What's the reason
Manure,
behind
what does it do?
I don't know. Tulisoma hivyo tu. Sijui the reason, but you're not supposed to use manure. And also manure, as you see the two seeds are very small.
Yeah.
Before they germinate, that struggle, they germinate, they do what? I think so, that's the cause.
Okay,
Or-
that could be a reason. But me, what I know is the animal manure usually has gases. So most farmers are usually told, I know you visited most of the farms and usually find there's a huge pile.
Yeah, it's
Of
been
cow dung.
collected.
It's been collected. So
Yeah.
what they usually do is you put it in the sun, allow the gas to come out. So most of the farmers, usually, if you go to the village farms, you find like there's a cow shed, and then the way they clean the cow shed, you find the uchafu, the
Yeah,
dirt
they
from the
keep
cow shed
collecting
goes
it.
into the farm. So in that way, it harms the soil. You get, because of the gas. So normally what they're supposed to do is collect the cow dung or all the dirt from their sheds, place it somewhere and allow the gas to come out. And from this gas, you can actually create biogas, and it lights your gas and cook with it. So you can imagine that if that kind of gas you can cook with it, you put it directly to
Yeah,
the
to
soil.
your soil.
That's
to
how
harm
it harms the
process.
environment.
Interesting. Now I know.
You need to thank me. You need to
You
thank
need to
me.
thank you. Naona niko na wakulima hapa.
Tuambie wewe unaonanga ni nini umeona yenye ina harm environment na watu wajui.
What I've heard, and I'm not sure, is the no-tilling farming, where you're not supposed to till the ground. So I'm not sure how, if I'm not tilling my farm, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to
You
use?
need to lift the bed
Mm-hmm.
the way she lifted her bed.
Okay.
Because when you till, it's an ecosystem. According to my understanding, I'm not an expert, but what I'm thinking
What
is,
you know.
when you till sinikulima, you're digging, and there are organisms that live in the soil, like earthworms, like the ants, like all those things. So when you dig, you're actually
you're destroying.
you're destroying their homes. And these animals are required by the soil to make to add
It's
nutrients.
the composition of the soil,
To
actually.
add nutrients into the
Wow.
soil. So when you're digging, you're destroying
destroying the. Okay.
even the pesticides that people use and the herbicides. Sometimes they drop on the soil, and these are some of the effects of climate change, because it's a whole ecosystem. Like we all need each other.
We all need
It's a circle.
coexist.
There's another one. I was interviewing one of the leaders in Kisii County, and there's a campaign they were actually running of telling the farmers who have planted eucalyptus trees alongside rivers to remove those trees, because the trees, the roots grow so deep, so they end up using a lot of waters in the rivers. And these people planted these trees like a long time ago, like 50 years ago. And now the rivers are going dry because of the trees.
Because of the trees.
So people are being told to remove those trees. And these are just things that people do without knowing. You think you're doing
Subconsciously,
something.
you just do it without knowing. And it's practiced by so many farmers. Oh, okay.
What else? Which other ideas do you have? We need to
Interestingly,
educate people, because this is the conversation we need to, even as we go to COP27, let's not just listen at reduce greenhouse gas emissions. What are these greenhouse gas emissions? What causes them? People need to understand, so that even when you listen into the conversation in Egypt, you can be able to question them, like, okay, fine, you're saying the global south produces a lot of greenhouse gas emissions. Can you give us the evidence? What can we do? Why is it that it's only people in Africa are producing? Is it because we are dark? Or is it that we are producing a lot of gas? No, we need to have this conversation so that we can also question and give out pointers and tell them, now this is what we want as young people. What's your take?
interesting.
Guy, nimeongea sana.
No, it's okay. It's it's good information because we talk about these side effects without tackling the root problem.
Yeah.
And I think that is where we go wrong because the root problem probably starts with you.
Yes.
The simple mistakes you do at home, the simple mistakes you do when you're preparing your farm. So it's good for people to be well versed with information before putting it out there.
Yeah.
Before using the big words, you know, sometimes they
Yes.
scare people away.
Greenhouse gas emissions. Like, okay,
Hi, what are you
is that?
talking about? I give up. Like, Asa, don't explain, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we took our break, we were talking about our trip and our visit at Marikiti Market. Tell us your experience.
For me, just a disclaimer, guys, it was my first time visiting these markets. I used to hear of them. I used to hear, Marikiti, you know, Mdhurwa, you know, Gikomba. It was my first time. And guys, I nearly collapsed. I nearly died. Saizi ningekuwa naitwa marehemu.
No, you know, Fiona, you're saying it was your first time. Okay,
Yeah.
me, I usually go to town like on a regular basis. If you'd ask me, I'd be like, yes, nimekuwa Mudhurwa. Have you ever been to Mudhurwa?
No.
Gikomba?
Kupitia.
Kama wewe ni wale watu wa kupitia.
Let me tell you, Mudhurwa market is big. It's
Yeah,
big.
guys, it's
You see,
actually so big.
those
Guys,
people who usually sell hapo kwa on
just the
streets.
entrance.
Mimi sasa mimi nilikuwa najuanga hapo ndio Mudhurwa. Wait till you are taken inside, my friend. You are like, haya. Kuna kwanga hivi kwani
Yeah, you ask yourself, where did this market come from? We are used to those two guys selling small things.
Yeah,
mbele.
zenye zinakwanga zimepakiwa au wanauzanga apples 15 bob, nyanya zimepakiwa za 50 bob. And then if you go inside, things are way
There's a
cheaper
real market.
as compared to pale kwa street. So
Imagine there's a
niambie.
real market inside, guys, and like Jackie has said, things are way cheaper.
Affordable.
Save those coins. Just get that tea, and it's hectic. It's very hectic. The sun is hitting you. But if you go inside, it's worth it. You'll save your coins. Things are quite affordable because now you're meeting real traders. You're meeting goods being zimefika too, so they're being offloaded from nini. So, and you also get nini, the advantage of buying fresh produce kabisa.
Exactly. But we always think that there's food wastage. What was your take? Me, I didn't see any food wasted there. Like
I didn't see too, because now, Jackie, you realize as the traders, as transporters, they're arriving with goods, there's also a selection of the goods that have arrived well, because there are some that get destroyed on transit. So the ones that are destroyed, people will come and collect them and they will still sell them hapo kwa barabara.
you can imagine. You should see us behind the tent to tell you.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
valuation
should we say?
It goes on. No.
We don't say.
They have not paid for.
They have not paid.
They have not paid for
Yeah, but
marketing Apple. But
just get inside the market for your own good, and even for you to save. Just get inside. I know it's a hassle, and like you guys, you know me. I don't like complicated things. I like
straightforward,
quick
like,
fix,
yeah.
and I'm done. So just Jackie will tell us more.
But it was an interesting visit because I got to understand the whole process when it comes to transport and logistics. Like before your product ikufikie kwa nyumba,
Hey,
it usually passes through many hands,
through many hands,
roads.
through many people, and it comes from, like, we always assume once a farmer has harvested, it's from farmer to market. Like, that is what we always assume, and it never even occurred to me about transport. Like, I never knew that transport contributes to so much, even in terms of setting prices.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me. I just used to think mkulima analima ana harvest, hata akizibeba kwa mgongo bora zimefika sokoni. But guys, you realize there's so much that is involved.
Like ile nini party ya fish. you should just people need to hata nimekosa venye ya kuisema. People need to be walking a lot. Be inquisitive, like just want to know exactly what happens. I never expected that it has never crossed my mind the journey of fish kutoka itoke kwa sea ama kwa ocean ama kwa river ama lake hadi ifike mahali pale wanaichomeanga. Mimi nilikuwa nafikirianga bedeo samaki liland tu hapo.
Yeah. And those are some of the things that so many other people imagine. Like when you're going to buy that fish, has it ever occurred to you, how was this fish transported? Like you're just going to buy. Has it ever occurred to you, do they need coolers? Do they need more ice to get to me fresh?
Yeah.
Because you cannot buy a fish that stinks. Because
But
fish spoils so quickly.
I've never come across a fish that stinks in my whole life. Like the women I usually buy fish from, their fish is always fresh. But that's why I'm saying I never thought this fish goes takes a long journey. Like the fish we eat is from Lodwar to Skana.
So it's a process.
Lodwar is far. Lodwar is quite far. So that tells you, even for this fish to arrive fresh, there's so much that is needed, like coolants.
I know Fiona took a video. We'll be sharing the video in a few with you people. So we talked to one of the traders who has been doing this fish business for almost 10 years. Do you remember that guy?
20 years.
It was 20.
20 years, 10 years. He was a fish farmer. 10 years now. He's been doing it as a trader. So 20 years.
20 years, and he's still going strong.
He's still going strong.
The business. And even though it's challenging, he's doing it. So we'll be taking a quick breather just to give you the video on the fish farmer. But before that, I had an exclusive interview with CEC Jacqueline Coyne on the World Food Day and the current situation in Kajiado. Take a look, and we'll be back after this.
There we go. Do your thing.
Yes, Jacqueline, thank you so much for hosting us in Kajiado County. This county is hosting this year's World Food Day. What are your thoughts on the World Food Day? This year we are coming from the shock of COVID, and we are having the changes on climate change. What are your thoughts on the World Food Day this year?
Yeah, today we had the commemoration of the World Food Day. It is coming at a time when the country is undergoing a lot of food stress because of climate change and the drought. And therefore it was the right time to sit down to discuss about food and food systems in Kenya and look at certain farmers with best practices who have been able to deal with this, and so that they can share their experiences with others, because as much as it was a commemoration, it was also a learning experience. We needed to hear the experiences, both positive and negative, of climate change, and those who have been able to defeat the drought. And so for us, we thought this was very important, because apart from farmers learning from one another, it was important that we had policy makers here. It was important that we had development partners here, and all of us actually now are going forward knowing what we need to do, what we need to resource, the policies that we need to put in place, and the conservation issues that came out that need to be addressed in order to alleviate future drought and human suffering. Thank you.
The comments we've gotten from most of the public is there's nothing to celebrate in this year's World Food Day. What are your thoughts on, because Kajiado is one of the counties that has been worst hit by drought, what are the measures that you're putting in place to ensure that such occurrences do not affect the people of Kajiado?
A lot of training has gone into preparing farmers to be able to deal with climate change. Also, we have done quite a bit in regard to the policy front. A lot of conservation training has also taken place. We have excavated up to 70 mega water pans in Kajiado, but at the completion of the water pans, then climate change, the drought, and therefore we have 70 empty water pans that anytime the rain comes, we will be able to have the water for the communities, and therefore the future is conserving water, storm water, even river water, by doing funnels and reducing waste. conservation agriculture, and therefore the way forward is conservation and protection of the environment.
Lastly, I had an interview with the director of international dialogues at the World Food Prize. I know you've heard about it.
Yes.
And he was talking about the importance of having intertrade, what is it called? Intertrade marketing and people exchanging. If you're good in livestock, you can exchange crops. What are your thoughts on having the intertrade marketing, and what are the governments, county governments working on in order to have, like, if some county has a surplus in a commodity, they can be able to exchange with another county government. What are your thoughts on that?
We have an app that was created to deal with the passing of information from one market to another. Both food markets and also livestock markets, and we foresee the future of that creating the linkages that we require, so that when there is glut in one area, then we know the prices in another area, and therefore farmers get direct linkages to markets. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. We really appreciate it. Now my lunch.
Munaenda wapi?
And welcome back. Today we've had a very lovely and lively show. I've learned a lot from the discussion we've had. Feeling very nice that we've gotten a new kid on the block to train us.
We have a new person in studio with us, and you're going to be seeing her for a while now. I hope audience, ebu mumukaribishe. And as farm girls, we are here. Any questions you have for us, anything you want us to talk about, we are here on the comment section. Talk to us, tell us more. If you want us to give you a shout out, pia ebu be active on our comment section and everything.
Yes. I know there's a campaign that we are running on Farm With Us, and many people have been asking questions.
Yes.
What's some of the questions, and probably we can give some answers.
So many people are curious about our location. They want to know, people are asking, is it in Namanga? Where is it? Is it in Kajiado? So maybe you can also clarify on that. We give people our location. And then a common question, Pia, is what can someone farm there? How is the weather condition conducive? So maybe Jackie, you can tackle on that.
Yeah, I'll only give the location. We have two sites. There's a demo farm here in Kitengela, a place called Milimani, and the other farm is in Ngatatoek.
It's a Maasai word. What does it mean, Ngatatoek?
I think it's a river, because normally when we go those sides, I usually see Ngatatoek River.
It's a beautiful place. It's very beautiful. It's a nice way to take a road trip. Wasewa road trip. One hiking. Time you just go hiking. Yeah, it's camping. Yeah. It's wild west.
And if you've seen the poster that we've put on our social handles, you've said "Come farm in the wild." Like, I think everything can grow. Like, wild, it's just like the land is fertile, there's a lot of water, and I've been to the farm. I've seen green peas have grown there. I've seen all kinds of vegetables have grown there. There's terere, there's managu, there's sukuma wiki, there's spinach, there's cauliflower, there's broccoli, butternut. Watermelon. We were there shooting, and then Zipia anatokelezea kutoka mahali ametokelezea. Nimesema tu hapo kwa watermelon. Alafu ati ile ndio watermelon, na yeye ana point ni butternut.
Jackie ameamua kuembarrass.
Sasa niko zile za lekaya. Kwani umetokelezea wapi? Na alikuwa ametokea kutoka kwa bush ya nini, ya mahindi. Ama mahindi zimeku confused.
But unajua it was a new place to me, like sikuwa na expect vitu zingine zita grow huko. So hata vitu zingine sijaiona and zinamea in that place. The place is good so long as you have maji. You can grow anything. So don't blame me.
So kama ni ungepatiwa hiyo chance, ungependa kugrow kwa open field ama kwa greenhouse?
Open field.
Why?
Open field. I prefer open field sababu si unapanda tu, unaona greenhouse kuna vitu you're supposed to do, si ndio?
Yeah.
But open field you just plant. Borake say so kuna nini drills. I think hiyo iko much easier. Alafu acha tu niseme open field.
Yeah.
Nita explain sana.
I think even to support what you're saying, for someone who wants to play safe, for maybe a first-time farmer, just go easy. Go easy. And it's okay if you want to go big, go home. You can even decide to put a greenhouse. But if you want something simple and easy, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be giving more details because there's so many questions people are asking. Which crops can we grow? And I know Noah in his breakfast show tomorrow morning, he'll be sharing more details on the kinds of crops that we'll be looking at and the kind of companies that we'll be working with in this new campaign where we want to train the young people on climate smart farming ventures, not just farming for the sake of farming, but doing it in the right way, in a smart way. And yeah, so we promised to share a video on the fish value addition and fish market in Gikomba, and it was an amazing visit. So just take a look before we say our goodbyes, and yeah, just have a look at these videos first.
Ni cold room mahali tunaweka fish. Second ni ice plant. Ice plant tunatumia ile haiwezekani, ile ya Coca-Cola na ni legally ni ya wizi. Tunaiba tu tuweke kwa samaki ikuwe fresh. Na ingine ile tunapitia ni vile serikali kama wanataka kutusaidia samaki ikikuwa nyingi, wanaweza sema tuchukue hizi samaki tufanye packing na iwekwe kwa mahali mzuri. Wakati njaa itakuwa juu, samaki iko na season yake, iko wakati inatoka nyingi. Hata kama saa hii ilitangazwa maji imegeuka green. Jana ukiona TV walikuwa wanasema maji imegeuka green, samaki inakufa. Samaki inakuja nyingi sana saa hii. This time samaki iko nyingi na hakuna order, hakuna soko. Soko ni kidogo. Soko ya Kenya tukipeleka mahali zote zimejaa. Unapata sasa kuna mahali tunapeleka tena. Hiyo ndio inaleta tukose mali ya kuweka samaki, mali ya kuprefer samaki kwa vizuri. Hiyo ndio naona iko challenge, na vile saa hii watu wanakula samaki. Watu wanakula samaki. Kenya watu wanakula samaki. Iko wakati tulikuwa kwa mkutano ya serikali ilisemekana kwa Kenya watu kwa mwaka watu wanakula samaki 4 kg, lakini saa hii imeongezekana juu samaki tumetangaza samaki ni mzuri na inakuliwa. Tumeona saa hii tunakunja samaki, tunatoa fillet, whole fish inaenda hivyo hivyo. Hiyo ndio naweza sema leo, na nimeshukuru kwa hayo.
Yeah, that's visit. People need to go to Gikomba and see the fish. There's that fish that was almost my size.
I know it was so
I'm not
big.
saying that I'm short.
You are.
I'm very tall. And you can imagine.
She is short. She is short. And Jackie, you also noticed the prices are a bit lower. Right now, we've just realized people are consuming fish in plenty. So sometimes those people selling at the roadside, they can be so expensive. So just take a trip to Gikomba, go get your fish. It's fresh. You will be spoiled for choice in terms of choosing. There are bigger fishes, one that is the size of Jackie. If you know, you know.
Amejisemea.
Amejisema too, so I'm just backing it up.
Okay, sawa.
And then one more thing, Jackie, that I forgot to say is that the project ongoing the one that we are selecting 12 farmers. Guys, it's free. It is free. We just need your time and your dedication to this. You'll not pay anything for it.
Yeah, and we really need to emphasize that let people not be duped out there at EOC. Get all the information from Fiona
from
here,
the number
on the screen,
on the poster,
and on the poster. And if you need any clarification, just call that number. Don't get any clarification from elsewhere. And
actually, people take advantage of this.
We'll be posting everything
really
on our Facebook page and on our website. Everything will be coming from
our farmers. So if you're going to get a message, it should be from a farmers media. Follow our pages for more information. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our content. With that, you'll be able to keep up with what we are doing in case we are announcing something new. So keep in touch with us. Keep being on our pages just for more information. Interact with us, guys. When I ask you a question, talk to me. Maybe that is a trick. Maybe it's a trick of choosing.
Yes, just to give out some shout outs here. Kamau wa Mwangi, Baruti wa Jeshi, amesema he was waiting for the show. Hope you've enjoyed the conversation we've had. Mushiri Gojiri anasema wow, nice.
Wow.
This so unique. Anasema looking forward to this campaign. And the conversation here has been great, and time has really not been on our side. We've talked for more than an hour non-stop. Zipilo ameongea.
Zipi, we should see more of her here.
Nilikuwa nangojea.
Please no.
I didn't know that Joma Liuko amesema kwani Zipi anaongeanga. Anataka Zipi ndio talk.
She's a farm girl.
And she's a farmer. Kama kuna hizo terminologies.
Imagine, like you know more than I know.
She'll be among the people who will be joining us in the campaign, so make sure to look out for her. Take as many pictures, and if you have any question, Zipi will be here, I'll be here, Fiona will be here, Noah will be here to give out the answers. There'll be a lot of giveaways, by the way, during this campaign. So yeah, guys, we need to end the show. Any final thoughts on our discussion on the real agents on climate change?
Climate change starts with you, so be the change and get more information about it. Be educated about climate change. That's what I leave guys with.
Amesema yote.
Sema kitu,
just say what's on your mind.
So unless niwaambie that campaign, about the campaign, grab the chance. Your chance is kupotee. Just talk with the boss. She's not harsh. She's very nice.
I'm here. I'm waiting for those calls today, guys. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So we need to wrap up the show. I've been your host, Jackie Mo. I'll be seeing you 3 to 5 in the evening to talk about farming in the wild with one of the wild farmers in Kajiado County. I've been your host, Jackie Mo.
I'm Fiona Fee.
I'm Zippy.
And this has been the Farm Girls Show. Till later. Bye.